It feels like almost every time a mainstream artist releases a new single nowadays, a faster version shows up on TikTok and steals all the attention. They upload their song like normal, hoping it will get a good amount of plays and maybe even get popular. But before they know it, someone on TikTok has already sped up their song and added it to a Euphoria edit, and it's 5 times more popular than the original, leaving the artist happy but confused about what even happened. Hello, I am Lufa, and today we're going to talk about the rise of sped up songs and how they have not only caught the attention of Spotify, but also created a hustle so genius it inspired me to make this video. Of course, you already know what a sped up song is. It's in the name. They're simply a remix of a song that makes it go faster. These songs are easy to make and they can be made by anyone with a simple editor. However, there's actually more to them than you might think. You see, if you listen to any of the popular sped up songs, you'll know they have an increase in speed and pitch. But that speed and pitch isn't just randomly chosen. People aren't listening to songs sped up at 200 or only 5% speed. Instead, there's actually a threshold of around 20 to 30%. This is the speed that popular sped up remixes for songs like Bad Habit, Tech It, and Sure Thing all use. But why is that tempo the standard? Did everyone just decide it sounded the best? Well, kind of, but there's actually more history to sped up songs than you might think. In fact, the trend has been around for over 2 decades. Nightcore is a type of song edit just like sped up songs, except it's been around since 2001. It was that year that duo DJ TNT and SOS started using the name for their school project, in which they released the first Nightcore album. The album was comprised of songs that the duo enjoyed, but sped up at that 20 to 30% threshold we still know today. The name's origins are interesting because I thought that Nightcore was a name used to describe an aesthetic, like cottagecore or weirdcore. But the duo actually chose their name as a representation of the message that we are the core of the night, so you'll dance all night long. What a banger. They released several albums underneath the name and ended up becoming the start of a huge community. You see, Nightcore is incredibly easy to make. All one has to do is speed up their favorite song and then post it onto YouTube. Most people choose to upload their songs with anime art, and then it's just about listening to other people's remixes. Because of how easy it was to make, Nightcore inspired a massive scene on YouTube that grew throughout the 2000s, with the term peaking in 2016 and slowly declining since. Seeing as sped up songs became popular recently and are fundamentally the same thing, many believe they are a successor to Nightcore. However, there's one core difference that sets the sped up song trend apart from Nightcore, and that is that sped up songs have gone completely mainstream. TikTok is no stranger to causing revolutions in the world of music trends. The app has caused countless songs to go #1 and is so influential that some artists now build their songs around the app. Nowadays, songs are created with the For You page and its algorithm in mind, because making a song that TikTok likes could change your life. Artists make songs that fit into its short form build, hoping to make a viral audio which TikTok calls a sound. You see, one of the reasons TikTok is so influential with trends is because of its sound library. One so massive it allows users to pick any song you'd find from a streaming service and use it in their video. YouTube Shorts and Reels have incorporated the same feature because it's an excellent tool for nurturing trends and helping the algorithm get users videos they'll like. Basically, if you know what a hashtag is, it's like that but for audio. Just like you can help people find your tweets through including them in popular hashtags, sounds work the same way. If I use the same sound as someone with 1 million followers, you could find both of our videos in the same category just a few videos apart. The thing about sounds though is that just like hashtags, anyone can make them. If you duet someone talking about how many slices are appropriate for cutting a pizza, other users can take that very audio from your video and use it in their own. And it's the same exact thing with edited songs. If I post a meme with a sped up version of a song I like, anyone else can take the audio I made and create any video they want with it. And the sound can potentially get tens of thousands of videos created, all from the same starting video. And that's exactly why sped up songs have taken off. If someone's been using TikTok and encountering the same 30 seconds of a sped up song over and over again, it's gonna get in their head. And if they like it, there's a good chance they're gonna go to Spotify to try and listen to it, or Apple or Amazon Music, but this video is about Spotify, because I surprisingly don't pay for 3 streaming services. Anyhow, Spotify has no doubt received a massive amount of traffic from this trend, yet they can't necessarily benefit from it. While more and more artists have been releasing officially sped up versions of their songs lately, there's still many unlicensed ones that people want to hear. So users will upload the songs with a few characters changed or as a podcast so as not to get taken down. But the huge amount of plays these edits get mean that Spotify almost always notices them and has to take them down despite the fact they are raking in hundreds of millions of listens to the app. I imagine this is a difficult situation for Spotify, because they're shutting down an insane amount of traffic to the app that could have been used to keep people paying for it longer. If your customers have been using your app to listen to an edited song a month and you take it down, there's nothing stopping them from just looking for it somewhere else. It's truly a dilemma, but Spotify has made a solution to try and control it. with the literal sped up song playlist. Spotify's attempt to compromise with the endless demand for unlicensed songs. On it is every officially licensed sped up version of a song that Spotify could find, but they're not all true to the name. Many songs on the playlist are not sped up edits. They're not even edits. They're just normal songs that Spotify added to make the playlist look bigger. These songs might be upbeat or match whatever this aesthetic is supposed to be, but they're not sped up. Because even though quite a few more artists have made sped up singles, there's still dozens who have not. And if you want to find their song sped up, you're out of luck. Unless you listen to Tazzy, the gremlin that seems to have capitalized on the trend the most. You've probably stumbled across this account when looking for a sped up song, only to listen and realize the song is not the original song sped up like you were looking for, but rather a cover. Because these sped up songs are covers, they are free to remain on the app under the name Tazzy, who has a staggering 10 million monthly listeners and a bottomless amount of songs on its Spotify. I mean, just look at this thing. It might be a literal song machine. It's likely that whoever is behind this is rapidly hiring freelance singers to imitate the sped up remixes, and maybe even running a script to get these automatically uploaded. Because I've been scrolling through 2023 alone to the point where my Spotify browser can barely load. But that's the thing. Who is running this? All these songs showed up at once under the same mysterious mascot, so who's behind it? I wanted to do a little investigating to see if I could get to the bottom of who or what is actually in control of the account, because something tells me it might not be Tazzy. The account's description is brief, but it does invite readers to find out more about Tazzy and their journey on an Instagram, which has 0 posts. I thought the trail might be dead there until 2 seconds later when I found out the Instagram actually links to a website called AfterPeak.io. When you go to the site, there's only one page which features a low frame rate animation you can interact with. But outside of that, the website continues to supply a small amount of information. At the top, there's a tiny image of the website that goes nowhere, and the bottom only includes an image that goes back to the website. But right there, right in front of my eyes the whole time, literally in the middle, is another extremely vague description that talks about what the company is.
Initiating corporate nonsense. After Peak is a full-service media company operating worldwide in the music, entertainment, media, and advertising business. Free will be achieved by 2024.
I wasn't satisfied with this AI-generated sounding description, so I really went the extra mile and found After Peak's Instagram. I know, this is Nardwuar levels of research. Sean Evans could never. I found it connected to 5 other After Peak Media Instagrams, but once again the trail went dead there. Until I decided that my curiosity could not be contained any longer, and I did what no one else would have the courage to do. Something that took an unbelievable level of investigation and hunger for the truth. I checked the following list, and found it only followed one person. Mark Rober. No, I'm kidding. It's following 5 average, everyday-looking entrepreneurs with the company in their bios, who I'm gonna take a swing at here and say are probably the reason it exists. Darn. Mark Rober continues to bully innocent porch pirates another day. This was supposed to be my Heisenberg.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Mark Rober, I will expose you. I know you're not just a retired NASA engineer who does fun but harsh pranks on unsuspecting thieves. I will bring your empire down. You will stop exposing innocent arcade scams. It's anyone's guess how long sped up songs will continue to be this popular, but regardless, their impact is clear. The trend has shown that anyone can make a song go viral, even if they only speed it up. Someone out there with 100 followers is probably thinking how crazy it is that their upload was the reason their favorite band put another single on their discography, or launched an otherwise unknown artist into fame. It's a really interesting example of how the internet continues to become more and more of a way for people to share and contribute to music. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. If you enjoy this video, please consider dropping a like. If we get 1,000, I'll upload a second, sped up version of this YouTube video with Alvin and the Chipmunks on the cover. Thank you for watching. I'm Lufa.